day. If you can hear me, just respond with good morning, hello, or something. Can we all hear me? So I know if I can move forward. Oh, fantastic, beautiful. Thank you again for joining us this morning. We're so excited at the SmartTech Academy receiving us all this morning. Thank you, thank you. It gives us so much pleasure having you all join us this morning. Okay, so as we're already aware, oh, you want to see me? Okay, let me turn on my video. Okay. Hello, greatness. I'm sure you can see me now. Amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so let's just jump right into it. So like we're already aware, we're having a digital marketing session with emphasis on social media marketing with none other than Tosin Adisa. Trust me, we had her yesterday, and it was totally value gleaning. I mean, her points were just hit back to back, and we're so excited to have her join us this morning. And we cannot wait for her to get on board so that we can try to squeeze out as much juice as we can from her. Yes, so thank you again, Tosin, for joining us this morning. And before we bring her on board, let's just run through our agenda for today. Okay, so we're already having the welcome and introduction session. In case you don't know me, maybe you're new, my name is Hepzibah, and I'm here with my co-partner, Believe. Hi, Believe. So our agenda this morning will be going through the introduction to social media marketing, and then would give us the opportunity to air our expectations, what we hope to achieve from today's class, and also we'll delve into content, key elements of social media marketing, and then we'll look at the inbuilt studios, basically studying their approach as a particular case study for today's training, and then we'll look at live case study, how to develop a brand content strategy, and then she would take us on content marketing strategy, talking about from ideation processes all the way up to execution, and of course would have time for Q&A, and then we'll wrap up today's session. Okay, so moving on, we'll just run through our rules together. All participants must remain very cautious. Please try to be really polite if you intend to speak to anyone all through this session. All attendees are on mute unless unmuted by the host. Attendees can switch between viewing the speakers and the presentation deck. Questions can be typed in the message section or asked during the Q&A session after using the raise hand function. If we're unable to take your questions, please don't worry. Feel free to email it to info@smarttech.ng after the session, and we will send you your answers immediately. Okay, so I'll just say one or two things about Tosin before she comes right up to take us on today's class. One thing we actually had to do at the academy was to ensure that we lay our hands on the best, basically. So for every course that we've had, for every session that we've had, we ensured that we brought the best to actually handle the facilitation. And Tosin is actually no exception. She's a brand strategist. She's a guru when it comes to content marketing. She's been on a lot of platforms, and she has also received a lot of awards. So without further ado, I will just have her come up and begin her session with us this morning. Once again, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. And please do not be distracted. Trust me, like I always tell us, if you blink, you're going to miss. So just make sure you stay focused. And thank you again for joining us. The next voice you'll be hearing after now will be that of Tosin. Please let's make Tosin feel welcome. Thank you and thank you.
Hi everyone, good morning. Please can you hear me? Because I'm
Hi,
quite
Tosin. Good morning. We can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
okay.
Good morning.
All right. So
Good
I'm happy to
morning.
be here today. We had such a good time yesterday. I hope that we will so I Hepzibah, just so we're on the same page. I'm speaking to the entrepreneurs today, right?
Yes, you're speaking majorly
Yeah.
to the entrepreneurs today. But then we
All right.
have some people from the tech talent actually join in today, particularly those that were not around for the classes yesterday. So they thought to
Okay, so
join in.
that works. I think that the slide works for the
Mm.
classes. All right, thank you so much. Thank you again for having me. Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to start sharing my screen right now. Right. Right. Okay. So again, my name is Tosin Adisa. I am a brand strategist, digital marketer, and then brand communicator. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to. Sorry, please give me a minute. I'm trying to. Okay, sorry about that. So good morning again. My name is Tosin Adisa. I know we have 15 minutes later already, so we're just going to try to um run through it. I am Eptiba. Thank you so much for Believe. Thank you so much for the very warm introduction. My name is Tosin Oluwatosin. Some people call me Tosin. Some people call me T. Whatever you decide to call me, I think that's fine. I lead a team of creatives at Indoor Studios. I think we have about 7 in number, and I think that they are the most amazing people that anybody can work with. Um, yeah, so we handle what we do in a nutshell is help brands to express their true essence, and I like to just, use that very simple phrase because I think that really encapsulates everything that we do. Just help brands to express their brand their true essence. So this session, I think you already met me. I'm just going to run you through the entire social media marketing. I just like introduction into social media marketing, what your expectations are, and that's me meeting you. We're going to really, so again, social media is a part of digital marketing. We all know that digital marketing is really broad, and we have the SEO, PPC, websites, and all of that. So we're really talking about social media marketing today. And for you to be able to efficiently for you to be able to market efficiently on social media, you will need to you. I think the key element to that is content. So content marketing is very important. So that's going to be our focus for this session. And then I'm going to use my company as a case study. First one, and I'm also we're going to take another case study. So it can be anybody's brand here that if you want to volunteer, or we just come up with something. Yesterday we used a case study of a life something that happened to me, personal experience and all of that. So we use that, and I think it kind of works. So we can explore that, or we use somebody's brand as a case study. And of course, I'll run you through the end-to-end process of content marketing strategy from ideation to execution, right? So please, from time to time, I would like that you you let me know that you're here. You let me know that you're following, because the truth is, this virtual thing is it's a very lonely space. And let me know if you can hear me very well. I'm outdoor, and I know that the background noise can be a little. So let me know when it's distracting and all of that. If there's something I can do about it. So, and yeah, just drop your. You don't have to wait for me to be done with the so you can just drop your questions, whatever your thoughts are, observation. If you want us to argue through points, I'm here for it. So right, so let's move to the next stage. So introduction to social media really. If you're here, it means that you have some form of relationship, you have some form of interaction with social media. You know what social media is. So social media, it's a brand. Social media marketing is a branch of digital marketing. And we have other platforms. I'm not sure that a lot of people really know that, because I get people come to me to say that, we just want digital marketing. And then when you say to them that, what part of digital marketing do you want? I mean, what do you really want? But I mean, so far, I think that the best approach to that has been asking people like, what do you want to achieve? So when they tell you what they want to achieve, and then you can run them through the different options that they have and how they can achieve what they want to achieve. So, but then digital marketing is really broad. We have the components like SEO, search engine optimization. We have PPC, pay per click. We have the web design. Then we have the content marketing. So content marketing really is used alongside social media marketing. So more like I'm trying to crunch two options for you here today, and then we're just going to try to talk about both. So and yeah, yes, the email marketing again, that it's a big deal right now, and then I think that everybody should start building a form of database, right? So basically, social media marketing involves sharing content on social media, different networks and platforms for you to achieve your marketing and branding goals. So it's commonly used social media channels. So again, I hope that everybody here today, I hope that you have a form of journal that you want to write with, because this is going to be very interactive. It is going to be as interactive as possible. And then I also want I want to take you through a journey, so you'll be able to connect the dots when you're jotting something down. So we have the very common social media channels. We have much more actually, but I have Facebook. I have here Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Snapchat, YouTube. So I put here that Facebook connect. So their USP, their unique selling points. Facebook is connecting people, and then if you think so, I want you to write the connecting people part and then the community. So Facebook. So when you think Facebook, you think about bringing people together, and then I want you to have it at the back of your mind somewhere, that community. Twitter, and you want to know what's happening, you want to know what's happening in the world right now, you want to know what's trending, you want to know what Lagos is talking about, you go on Twitter, viral marketing. And if you're on Twitter, you know that when you say something that you shouldn't say, before you bring it down, before you have an opportunity to bring it down, it has gone viral. Somebody has done a screenshot, somebody has you're all over the place already. You're already being dragged, right? So Instagram photo sharing, I think that Instagram, you share moments, and they have, and of course they are improving the platform. It's getting better by the day. But then Instagram is like a platform where you can actually document moments. You can share moments and memories, and you can actually. I think that for me, it should be like documenting moments. Then TikTok, viral marketing. Okay, so TikTok, we have the viral marketing. Can everybody still hear me? I mean, I think my internet is acting for me. Okay, so TikTok, we have the viral marketing. Can you see my screen? I don't think that you can see my screen anymore. Can you see my screen?
No, Tosin, we can't see your screen.
Okay, so let me try to just give me a moment. Let me try to just um, let me try to connect it back because I think that the internet is.
Hello guys. So she'll be with us shortly. She's actually on the move while having this session with us. So little hitches here and there, but let's just be patient. Thank you.
Okay, you should be able to see my screen now.
Yes, we can. Yes, we
Yes.
can.
All right, fantastic. Sorry about that. I have to juggle between internet. Okay, so I said I think I stopped at Instagram, then TikTok, of course, viral marketing with emphasis on the video. WhatsApp, you have the mobile marketing. Then I left LinkedIn, Snapchat, and YouTube because I was hoping that we can fill in the gap ourselves, right? So today my slide has been, I mean, I created my slides very not too much, so not too. I just really made it quite scanty so that we can make this as interactive as possible, and then we can also take live examples. And then so we have the case studies of the business owners and that of the trainees, right? And the first thing I said to them, I think that is, I mean, it's very important. The question that we should always ask is, we should always answer is the why question. So, what do you want to achieve? Yesterday, I asked them, and interestingly, we had both trainees and also entrepreneurs in the on the session yesterday, and so we were able to, like, find the balance. So I asked so I'm also going to throw this open. I had a few people speak yesterday, and I'm going to just ask you, just do a brief introduction. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to take away from this session? And then ultimately, what do you want to achieve from social media? What is your social media goal, as either as an entrepreneur or as a trainee, or both? So I would like that you unmute yourself. Hepzibah, I believe, please can you help me unmute everyone? And yesterday I just speak randomly, but you can just raise your hand or just speak, so that, because we don't really. Yes, I thought we had time, but 2 hours is barely enough, so we have to really run. And um, so yes.
So
Can
you've
we
all
have?
been unmuted. If you want to say anything, just unmute yourself and go ahead and speak. Thank you.
Okay, I might have to pick randomly. here since so can I have Chika? Yesterday we had such an interactive session yesterday. Please, let's have that today too. I think that's I mean, it's better when it's interactive. So does anybody, like, I really want to, this is the part where you introduce yourself and tell me what you do so that we can, so I don't make, I don't just give random examples. I don't give out of context examples, but then the examples that I give is realistic. So if somebody is into fashion, I can, we can talk about fashion and then we can really, I mean, just really bring it home. So, and that's why I really want to know, I want to know, I want to get to know you, people that I have here, and then see how we can make this work. So is Chika going to, are you going to tell us about yourself? Okay, can I have something, please? Okay, does anybody at all, because we don't have time, but we need to run.
Hello. Good morning,
Hi,
Tosin. My name is
Esther.
Esther. Yes. Yeah. I just started a food packaging business. It's less than 3 months. Packaging business.
Okay.
Yes. So it's less than 3 months. So my goal is to really, sell, be able to reach a lot of people, be able to push my products, and then just grow the business generally.
Right.
And then to be able to use social media to do that, because right now I'm not in that space at all
Right.
when it comes
Okay,
to
so
my business. So I want to be able to, to achieve
okay, so Esther,
that
can you
purpose.
sorry to cut you, can you just be a little more detailed when you say food packaging business? Because when I think food packaging, I'm thinking packaging just for food, or you are or just like food for offices, and or is it the actual food, is it packaging? Can you just like give us more insights into that? I mean, I don't think I really know so much about food.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
Can you just explain a little bit
Okay,
about your
so the food
business?
packaging. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I get food from the markets, dry
Right.
foods, beans. Right now I'm dealing on beans exactly. So I pick it, I clean it up, and what of chaffs or
Pack
stones
it up.
and weevils,
Right.
and then I pack it, I seal it, and then sell. Yes, I clean it up, pack it up, and then sell to you know
So
um
that's like raw food and all that, but I mean just make it really, I mean just ready to
yes,
use
raw
kind of
food.
in
Yes,
the
raw
right.
food, right?
All
Yes,
right, fantastic.
ready to
So
eat.
very good.
Yes, please. Yes,
We're going to
ready to.
use your thank you. We're going to use your business as the case study for today. Right. So so you want to get better at social media, you want to be able to use social media to drive your business and all of that. So yeah. And we're going to use Esther's business. What's the name of your business, please, Esther?
OC Foods.
Sorry?
OC Foods. OSEE Foods.
OSEE
EE Foods.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Esther. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so please hold on. Yeah. All right, so I said that the discussion highlight for today is the key element of social media marketing, and that is content. So, Esther, you will stay here with me so that we can use your business as a real life case study. Okay, so the first one is I wanted to really talk about approach at indoor studios, and that's the first case study. So who are we? We are a brand communications company. We discover and express the essence of brand. That's what we do in a nutshell. I'm going to really tell you why I'm doing this, and I'm going to really break it down for you. Our core strength is to creatively express truth, emphasis on the truth. So if you have something, you can just write down the truth somewhere. Because we understand that truth is not found on the surface. So we dig, it is often not so loud, so we listen, it is often lost, so we search until we discover. So our values are truth, depth, friendship, simplicity, and creativity. Our process, we listen, we think, and then we create. And then, okay, so I'm going to come back to this. So a little bit more insight into what we do and how this whole thing came to play. So I remember when I started working with businesses and all of that, the first thing that really, so over time we've written this, I mean, to just really get to this point. And I think that we are, I mean, this is like the final draft and so far, but then we kept rewriting and adjusting this mission statement because of the dynamics of the Nigerian, and I wouldn't really say Nigerian because to be honest, I started working with people. I mean, foreign businesses. I was a freelancer and I got gigs and all of that. But then I realized that people and businesses just over time you just really forget your why, and then you just want to chase the money. We all want the money. I want the money. We are here because I mean we all want to live better lives and all that. We want our businesses to thrive and all that. But then again, having studied foreign businesses and all of that, it's okay. So in a nutshell, it's just us going back to I'm just really sitting down with business owners to ask that why did you start your business? What was the drive behind you? So with OC Foods, why did you start OC Foods? Why? I mean, what really stood out for you? Again, something I said to them yesterday is fact that so if we're all of us in this room, if we're about 20 or thereabouts, if we all sell food, like we are all in the food packaging business, like Esther, we view we're not going to, and then we have, so if everybody comes to me to say that person this is what I do, I'm in the food marketing and food packaging business, and then somebody else comes to say that I'm in the food packaging business, well, and then I asked that, so why did you start this business? We're all going to have different reasons. Our motivation is not going to be the same. What motivated us is not going to be the same. It's them. So even if I know that, I mean, people start businesses because this is what is trending, this is what is ready right now. Somebody's clothes business, fashion, and all of that. This is what I'm ready to wear and all of that. But then even people that copied, even people that, I mean, I won't use the word copy, but if somebody else inspired you, you were also inspired for a very unique reason. That if something inspired you to start to do what this person is doing, whatever inspired you is also very unique, and it means that you can also do very well despite being inspired by somebody else's idea. You can also do very well. So, and that's for us, what we call at indoor studios is your brand truth, and which is popularly known as why. So again, I will say to that what we do, we help businesses to express their brand truth. So we constantly would communicate to your audience so that you don't. I mean, we are helping you to creatively communicate to your audience so that you don't forget your why. And then so it's not in the form of, oh, you know what, this is what we are going to, this is why we started this business 20 years ago. My mother died. No, not all of that. But then if you continuously put your story in the faces of people, and not the pathetic story, it doesn't have to. So even start story, and I'll tell you something now. If you and probably after this class, you go to pages like UNICEF and all of these guys. They are non-profits, right? They do social good and all of that, and then they deal with so if for a country like Nigeria, like they're probably in the north, and the kind of children that they deal with and all of that. But UNICEF will not. If you go on their page, you're also very inspired because they have this standard. They won't even put up a picture, because I have a friend working at UNICEF. They won't put up a picture that looks sad, and so they're trying to get people to donate what they do and all of that. But they won't. They put up type of picture, like they tell stories in ways that, I mean, it's really very inspiring. And not, but then you don't, but they don't believe that see, this child has to look really sad or dirty or really poor for you to be able to give to us. I don't know if you get what I mean. But then, so they are constantly in your faces. They're telling you they're saying, water. So they're constantly in your faces and all of that, but then it's not necessarily a start story, and that is what so for us here we help you to really, to express the truth of your brand. And I said that our process, so we listen to you, and then when we listen to you, we're trying to get to the touch point of your brand. The So we listen to you, and then for you, it's just another story for another. You're just telling us a story. I started this business because this happened to me. Somebody died many years ago and all of that. But then we are documenting touch points, and that's what we're going to use to be able to express your brand. And then we think through the process. How can we work with this? This is what we have right now. How can we work with it? But this exercise is so, and then we create. So what does success really mean for mean to you? I have been muted. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I just realized I've been muted. So internet, I think my phone went off. I'm using two different screens, right? And so please, where did I stop? Because I've just gone on and on and on and on. I didn't really have time. Okay, what does success mean? Okay, I didn't really go that that far. Okay, see, the internet just goes on and off, and then it's because I'm using my phone for the audio, and then just for the. So I said, okay, what does success mean for us here? So I'm just going to, can Esther please unmute herself so that I can use this as a very realistic, so you are consulting with me right now, and then you just will tell me how you started your brand and all of that, why you went into this business. So can Esther hear me? Okay,
Hello?
Esther, please yeah, I can hear you. So Esther,
Okay.
when did you start your business?
Okay, like I said, I started my business less than 3 months ago, and
3
actually,
months
because
ago.
for me, just less than 3 months ago. It's actually
Okay. So what motivated you to start
less
the
than three
business?
months. Yes. Okay, so just stress-free life. I just wanted to okay, so growing up I didn't like to pick beans. I didn't like to do it. So I always envisioned that having to not stress myself when it comes to cooking food, and then picking beans, going through the stress of, trying
Like
to
the
get all
food
the
prep,
stones out of the beans and all that.
the food prep
Uh-huh.
stage. You just want to eliminate
Yes,
all
those
that.
times. So I want to be able to
So
just, yes,
that's me.
exactly. Exactly. So that's it for me. That's one of my major, and then to be able to also have other persons, have that also. I know a lot of people who would also like that, to just be able to go on and just cook whatever it is that they need to
Yeah,
cook,
like I
instead
like
of
to
having
cook,
to
but
go
I don't
through.
like to go to the market, and I don't like
Yes, and do all
to
that.
pick. So I don't like to wash meat. I don't like to do all. I feel like it's time consuming, and then you should just have.
Exactly.
Somebody should just do that work for me.
Do that, and then I just go ahead ready to cook. I just pour it in, and I'm good to go, without having to go through the whole stress. So that's
Right.
basically the main motivation. And there was a time I went to a shop. No, I think somebody actually got a packet of beans. I didn't even know that that was actually existing already made and all that. And I really enjoyed that, not having to go through that
Right.
stress. And yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So we're going to assume that your business, you've been in business for about a year, and then business is like, you're doing quite. You have a few clients that have on the retailership, and then you have them. They call you by the end of the month. You have some of them that you deliver to monthly, and then you also just meeting. So they're also recommending you to their friends, and then business is being fairly well, right? And then you at some point you're just like all over the place. You were just like taking orders and stuff and all of that. So you think that you have a process in place. So you have somebody, you have an assistant, you have a little bit of system around your operations and all of that. But you're just at some point, I mean, your staff is stressing you. You're just exhausted. You're exhausted, and then of course the money is not coming in as it should. So the people are your clients that you may be the ones that have retained you are complaining that, you know what, there's the whole corona thing, and then we don't even know. We don't think that we can pay you this month, or let's just see when we need food, we reach out to you and all that. And then you're wondering, so what's going on? What do I need to do differently? And you're just exhausted, and you're just, you know what, then you go on social media, you look for somebody, I mean, people that are doing that you look for, I mean, your competitors, and then you're trying to say, okay, this person packaged their food this way. I think that this is it for me. Probably, maybe if we should repackage, or if we should sell this way, or if we should just, or let's just rebrand. Maybe let's rebrand. And then you think that, okay, I think that we should rebrand. And then you reach out to me to say that, okay, Toast, I think that I want to rebrand. So I'm asking you today that, why do you need to rebrand? They said, because sales is not really booming. It's not really booming and all of that. And I said, like, you know what, Esther, tell me about your business, and which you just did now. So I don't know if this exercise that you I don't know, but I think that it happens to me when I have to tell somebody about my business. I kind of just remember some things that, you know what, I feel like, oh my god, I had forgotten about this part of it. I just remember something like maybe like just humble beginnings and stuff. So this exercise that we just did, it is actually for you. It is more for you than for us. I need it. I want to be I want you to be as expressive as you can, but I really want you to just like touch base back to, I mean, how you started your business, so that you constantly get inspired. I don't know, for someone like me, I like new experiences. So I know that there's something coming up. I'm just excited. I signed on a new client, and I'm really excited. I mean, what all the possibilities of all that I can do with that brand. But then, so it means that I have to constantly stay excited for me to be on that at that peak of my creativity, right? Of course, and then we are humans. You won't always have that. You always be on that high. So what I do is I always like to, I mean, to read brand stories. I always try to. So I mean, and of course, we've also dealt with brands that look like Mission Impossible and all that. But then I always find ways to just touch base with the brands. My point here today is the fact that, see, so success for us here is going to mean that when I'm able to realign OC Foods with its truth, and then I'm also able to creatively express OC Food. So for me, it's saying that I want to take OC's existing clients and OC's potential clients on a journey. I want to communicate. I want to document your market, the process. I want to show people the simplicity that OC is bringing into your life. So now, because I already know that OC, it is from a personal, maybe not a personal experience. Excuse me. And maybe not a personal experience, right? But then it is what it is. And this is very, I mean, I can really relate to this because this is personal. I don't want to go to the market. Not that I didn't used to, but then I'm realizing that as life is, as I get older, and then life will not actually get easier. It's going to get busier. It's going to get more complicated. But then, how do I stay sane? I have to put systems around the things that I do. There are things that I do not do. Like for some I don't know how people. I mean, no matter how however you want to say it, I don't have anything related. I don't do anything related to clothes. And not because I mean, right from when I was in school, I was even, I mean, very, very broke and all that. I knew that this life that I've come, clothes washing, clothes whatever, is not for me. I mean, so I don't do anything related to clothes. But then, am I able to maybe keep up with all of that? But I found systems around it where that, oh, this works for this person. You come in once in a month and all of that. But it works for me. It is and it's not necessarily. It's not. I don't consider it. It is not luxury. I mean, probably what I used to wash my clothes every month, and then the person irons it and pick up, wash, iron, and bring it back. It's probably maybe somebody's and monthly. It's probably somebody's maybe that's just your ironing, the money that you used to iron for a week. But then I found somebody, and this person works for me, and the same way you just need somebody that meant to do. I know a couple of people that, I mean, they don't want to go near the market at all. I mean, not because of anything, but then life is Lagos is, especially when you live in Lagos, it is crazy and all that. So now this is so I want to be able to show that see this, you want to be able to connect your audience to this so beyond this is what we do, we package it well and all of that. You want to be able to connect your audience to the core of what your business is, and that's what success means to me. I'll be able to establish that. See, for me, is whatever you do, do not forget your why. Do not forget your why. And I'm not saying that, and it's not going to be boring. It has to be really creative, expressing it however that you can. And then when I'm able to align both, for me, this is what should happen. If I do this well, if I realign your so if I take you through the mental exercise and the creative exercise, right, this is what should happen. OC food should be positioned. OC food should have a voice. OC food should be conceived the way you want it to be, and then OC food should have an identity. So now I'm going to ask you again, Esther, that what is okay, so I'm going to ask you again, Esther, that why how do you want how so when you thought about okay, so when you decided that I want to start this business, right? This is what I'm going to do. I want to go into the food package product business, right? How did you conceive your brand in your mind's eye? So when you think about it, like what are you thinking about? What is that vision for it? Are you so let me take for example, you started so maybe somebody started blogging, and then at some point maybe the only way you can explain your business fact that see, I probably want to be the Bella Ninja for children's blogging or children's business, whatever. So it means that whatever is happening in the children's fashion space, you are reporting it. And if that's how you're communicating your brand at that time, it is okay. Over time, you evolve. And like I told you, we're reading this statement over and over again. Over time, we evolve, and then it becomes clear. But if you don't do, clarity comes in the place of doing. If you don't do it, you will not have that clarity. So I'm actually I put again, Esther, what did you how did you see your brand, like so the future of the brand, like how did you conceive your brand? So I want you to answer that, Esther. Is Esther still here?
Hi, Esther. Are
Okay,
you
hello.
with us?
Okay,
Yes, I
okay.
just wasn't able
Yeah.
to unmute myself.
All right,
Okay.
okay.
I had to wait for the host to announce
So
that.
when so you heard my question, right?
Yes, if I understand your question, that I should share what the vision, as in
Yeah.
how did I envision my brand at the end of I think
Yeah. So to give you more
if
insight
I
into that,
understand.
like so now is it something that I think that see this is a luxury, this is a luxury my brand is luxurious. My brand is for the average Nigerian, it's for the working class average Nigerian, or I mean somebody, or maybe newlyweds and stuff. So how did you, is it that is it the lower class, or this brand is for everybody, or middle class, or so how did you conceive the brand?
So yes, so it's for me, I thought to myself that everybody can benefit. Everybody eats food, everybody can benefit from food, from anything that has to do with food, So and then I know that um people are looking for convenience. People are looking for
Right,
convenience. People are looking, more and more, like you said, people are looking
right.
for systems that they can work with, that can make
Okay.
life more easy and less stressful, you know.
Okay.
And so I'm looking at homes, different families, or I'm looking at mothers. I'm looking at um, even people singles. So I looked at singles, people who are not at home, who are not yet married as well. So I was looking at singles. I was looking at mothers, young moms. I was
Right.
looking at yes, who are busy, okay, who are busy.
Yeah.
And then of course we want the convenience. We want to have their food. We want to look to cook with less stress. Singles who
Right.
don't have time to go through the whole process and who don't want to buy food, who don't want to go to the market to buy food. If they get food, well packaged food, or well packaged, people who don't want to buy
All right,
ready to eat
Esther.
food. There's some people who
Right. So I think that see, you have pretty much answered my question with the everybody answer. So this is so OC Foods is for everybody. It means that I mean it is the brand is it's affordable. Everybody can afford it. So it means that probably whatever margin that it is, you don't. It's like you the market price is so you find you probably can buy a bag of beans, if you buy a bag of beans at the market for maybe 100 naira, I mean, so you will not have to think too much about it that, oh, okay, I think this is quite expensive. So that affordability is the key word here. So fantastic. So it means that whatever, how you're going to now, how you're going to, so the perception that people should have of OC food is that of affordability. It's knowing that, see, so when they come to your page, they should not run away. They should feel like, see, we can relate. We can relate, like, okay, I mean, I can afford it, this person can, so if you're going to put packages together to say that, okay, if you buy this is 50K, people should not feel like it's out of context, that this is really exorbitant. I mean, we can't really afford it. So that's the word that I wanted from you, like affordability. People can, I mean, this brand is for everybody. So yeah, so now for me again, success for me dealing with OC food is when I've been able to position OC Food as that brand, that as that food packaging business that is affordable. So the way you would now you will communicate with your audience, with your existing audience and your potential audience is you have to be able to relate with them. And like I said to them yesterday, that we used a brand that I came up with yesterday as the case study, and for that brand, it's just for the I think the middle class, the middle class. So it's not something that everybody will be able to afford. We had it's about children and all of that. Babies, I mean, more like for babies. So it's not like something that everybody's going to be afford. So it's more like the middle class and all of that. So I said that, okay, so the whole NSAS thing that happened recently, and then brands went out to say that, we are with the Nigerian youth, we think that the Nigerian government should NSAS and all of that. So it's okay for that brand to say that this, because of course it has to be family. I mean, I'm this beyond the brand having to do with family. Everybody should be content. This is happening in our country, right? But then I said to them yesterday that I would not. So some brands jumped on. I mean, a few brands jumped on the whole Sorosuke thing and stuff. But that brand, I mean, we are going to come out to say that we are with. I mean, this is where we are with the Nigerian youth on this. This is our stance on this matter and all that. But we will necessarily not jump on the Sorosuke way brand and trend, because it is completely, it doesn't, like, we don't. I mean, does not we don't identify with that. This is a family oriented brand. We can't. So there are certain words that should not be seen, or I mean, you should not communicate. Excuse me. So because of that, we're just going to completely ignore. So it means that for you, trends, we have to select trends. But then if you are for a brand that appeals to everybody, you can be flexible, you can have fun, you can jump on the different brands. It's just different trends. It just depends on how you present it, how creative you can get and all of that. So yes, we have established that this is a brand for everybody. So depending on what's trending, you can be flexible, you can be fun, you can be very, I mean, so there's no limit to what you're able to do with your brand. But then it is very important that however you communicate to how you're communicating, how you're going to communicate with your audience. They should be able to, every communication element should be able to, without even meeting the CEO, or not knowing, or not having any form of interaction with the brand directly. But whatever it is that anybody sees outside, they should be able to tell that, see, this brand, as much as, I mean, your it is well packaged and all of that, but they should be able to tell that, see, this is a brand for everybody. That keyword affordability should be significant. So your brand identity is, the consistency of what you do, your image consistency and all that. So if your whatever colors that you decide to use, you stick with it, you communicate in that, and then it means that much to you. So I mean, brand identity is complicated. I'm not complicated, but it's really it's quite detailed and all of that. But then for me again, the success of working with your brand will be if being able to realign or align the mental exercise that we just did now, and then the creative exercise that, and how I choose to get creative with your brand. So again, I should be able to position your brand as that brand that is affordable. I should be able to communicate your brand as the brand that is affordable, and of course, what you're helping people to, you're taking the stress off them. You're helping them to, you're helping them to, you're building structures around the marketplace. But I mean, you just want them to. You're bringing convenience into their lives. I should be able to. I want them to be able to see your brand the way you have conceived it, and then of course I want them to be able to whatever communication elements that you're putting out there. It has to really reflect that. It has to reflect that you has to reflect your values. So right now, I'm sure that I don't know what your values. I don't know if you have that document, or do you have that? Do you have a document that has that your mission statement and then what your values are? Okay. I don't know, Esther. That was a question, but then I'm sure that convenience should be one. Should be one of them. Affordability and all of that. So we'll just move on because this is 11 o'clock already, and then so this is the case study, and then we're already into it already. So we are using OC Foods as the that we're going to create a content strategy around OC Foods. So I put here that honesty saves everyone's time, and I mean this is a quote by Melissa Bolton. She's a brand therapist, and the reason is the fact that so now we're using OC Foods again, and I went back. I started by telling you guys that we just help brands to express their creatively express their truth, because if we're just being honest with ourselves, like so you Esther already told every one of us that the reason why I started this business, so I just want to continue. I just want people to to just to not have to go through that stress. I want to cut down on that time that so you can be more, you know, that I like to cook, or my husband he just wants me to cook all the time and all of that. But then you are a business person, you're an entrepreneur, you're a career woman or man, as the case may be. I don't want you to come home to start picking beans. I don't want you to come home to start washing shaki. That is very, 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 that can get really annoying actually. But I've done this whole thing for you, and then you just need to bring it out from the fridge, or just scoop it from the bowl and then cook. I've taken that off you. So that this is Esther's why. This is why OC Food is in existence, right? But then you don't want to get carried away. You don't want to get distracted from this entire thing. And then so OC Food gets to a place where she's just wondering, okay, like you go on social media, there are more people that are into, we have more competitors and all that. That's it. Everybody today now is now packaging. And then you're wondering, what can I do differently? What can I do? How can I be that person? How can I get Instagram to push my content and all of that? And then you just okay, I think I should do that. I should do this. But then we can all we can save time by just being honest. To say that, so he's saying that again, if Esther said to us that you know what, this brand is not for everybody, because not everybody can afford. I will even come to your house. I will deliver the food. I will even arrange it. I will arrange it in the right cupboards, in the right sections and all of that. This brand is not for everybody. It is for the it is for the not even maybe middle class, or just upper class. So now Esther is being honest to say that I'm not going to chase people. I'm not nobody's competing for you. I'm not competing with for your customers, right? This I know my clients. All right. So if you're being honest with the core of what your values are, who you your brand, the core of what you do, you're going to save my own time. Let's not run around in circles. Let's this is what your brand is. This is what your brand. This is who you are. And let's try to. What can we do? How can we push sales and all of that? So honesty is very, very important, that you reconnect you connect the dots of what your brand is. You go back to the beginning. You realign yourself with. Constantly do that mental exercise, and then of course before you then get to the creative part, if you can't do it yourself, from time to time you always need help. And then again, at this point, I will say to you that you need a community, and then it's a good thing that you're here. You are in the Smart Tribe and cohorts. You always need a community. You can't do it yourselves. You can't do whether if you're training, you're an entrepreneur, a body one, you've been in, because most of the things that I meet people all the time and say that I just want to I just want a logo, or that's why I've not started. You can get a logo for free, and I'm not advocating for free things, because I will not also do free work. But I'm saying that there's something that you can do for me. There's something I can do for you. At the same time, I will not do free work, but then I will not also like I'm very invested in relationships and all of that. I'm not also going to pick money over a relationship. I won't. So that I mean I just have to chip that in because most of the things that were and then probably also put at a place where you're saying that this is what I just need at this point. You can leverage on relationships. So this is like a billboard kind of notice that where we are right now, it's very important that to know that emotional connection is one of the drivers of customer brand insistence. Emotional with emphasis on the emotional connection, which can be linked to your brand why, the essence of your brand, and the origin of your brand. And then you might want to take a screenshot and then read it over and meditate over this because I already said we talking to you about your brand, your why, your truth, your brand truth, and all of that. So so we yes. So at this point, we are going to go through the ideation from ideation to execution. We already all listened to Osi's story, why she started Osi Foods. So from OC Food, we highlighted. So I mean, I think that let's do it together. Highlight the pain points of that. That is that for you, even as a child, you didn't like to pick beans. You didn't like to pick beans, so you wish that can somebody just do this work for me? You didn't. I mean, you just wanted to just. I mean, let's just. Can we just cook? Easy, easy peasy kind of life. I don't want that stress. You want to eliminate all that stress for others. You want to cut down, you're bringing you're offering what you're offering is convenience, right? So we're going to now and I think that we already talked about that briefly, define and then analyze your like I said to you that success for me, if I so I'm the consultant here and then you're the clients. I should be able to position your brand. I should be able to, people should be able to perceive your brand the way that you have conceived it. And then, of course, your brand identity, they should be able to identify with your brand. And then the way you speak to your audience should be that you should be able to communicate to your audience in the way that they know that, see, OC Food is for us. And now we go to the communication channels. So what social media platforms are you currently on, Esther? So somebody asked them, so I wait for Esther to submit herself and then respond. Somebody said that is there really business for everybody? She's in the food business. Food is for everybody. Food is for everybody. I'm off the top of my head right now. I know, I mean, a couple of things that she can also do to also push that, to also push our food business. So it's okay for her to say that, for her to say right now that, you know what, this my business is for everybody. Over time, she's going to evolve. She's going to realize that, you know what, she's going to change a few things and tweak a few things and just realize that, you know what. But now for her saying that this my business, so it's open, it's for everybody. I think that is fine. So again, because it is food, food is food we all eat. So will I, if OC Food, will I say that will I target my business to everybody? Maybe not. Maybe not. But then I'm answering the question that this person says that is there really business for everybody? So yes, it's okay. But will I say that at this time? Maybe not. But then so if she's you can decide that this I want to at some point I really want to specialize. I want to focus on this demographic. I want to focus on this audience, right? This set of people. But now you can sell let's assume that you have a package and just this is yam, right? Okay, so now onions is really expensive and this bag of onions is 8,000 naira, right? And then somebody online also, so maybe the person that you're saying 1,000 naira to is onions. Then you can now decide that, okay, so somebody, I mean, there are people, different people, there are different people online, right? You can decide that, you know what, I just want you to now do my shopping, my entire shopping for my family. And then also they have more maybe expensive taste, to use that phrase. And then maybe they do more food, they do all, and you know, there are some very funny foods that you don't even know that exist in Nigeria. Then so so now she has that client that is now that's ready to, they can pay for it. And so as long as you have you are able to get everything on my list for me. So you know that, okay, this is a where you have now retained you deliver this to me every month. But somebody else might not be able to say that. It doesn't mean that they are not going to buy that onions, or they won't buy that package that so most people have certain packages that you know what, this is 20k, this is 10k, has rice, has, I mean, just basic package, or she has gift pack. So it doesn't mean that somebody on the on that end will not buy it, or something. I don't know if you get what I mean. But then you can now have the different categories of customers. But then I know that I'm for everybody. But what this person is going to pay you, this person might not be able to pay you. What you're going to, what this person's offering is not this other person's offering. So I mean, so that can yeah, so that can work. Really, if I've answered. So Esther, are you ready now? What platforms are you on right now?
Hello. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
not on any
Esther.
major platform. Hello. I'm not on any.
Okay.
Yes.
You're not on any major platform, but so now that
Mm,
you're trying to venture into the social media space,
yes.
what comes to mind? Where are you planning to pitch your tent?
Okay, so Instagram, because I see a lot of
Instagram.
that
And
happens
why
there.
why why do you think that you
Instagram.
should use Instagram?
I don't know. Like I said, I think I've seen a lot of
It's
with
just
a bit of
popular.
research. Yes, I see a lot of people who are into business, advertise on Instagram, and of course, people are in the same line of business that I've
Uh,
ventured into.
uh,
I see them advertise, and I see how they're able to sell. So
okay.
Instagram
Well,
is
okay,
actually one
just
of,
Instagram.
yeah, what I'm looking at.
So you're just looking at Instagram at this time.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I will just run you back to when I said that. So if you so we are okay, so we're talking, you are still the client and I'm still the consultant. I will say that, okay, so what platforms do you think I should use? So I would say Facebook, Instagram. And then if I would say Facebook first, then Instagram second, and then Twitter. Twitter is going to come in much later when you're in a good place, when you are able to and then I mean, so recommending Twitter for you would be based on right now, what are you able to do by yourself? What information are you able to give? Are you able to but then top of mind for me right now would be Facebook. I said Facebook, like connecting people, community, Instagram, sharing moments and all of that. Because because Instagram is really popular right now, and then just people just think is quite popular. And then I think Facebook, and when they had the whole glitch some years back, and people just like, so people were hacking into people's account, and people just will just move away from there. But if you're for this is a food business, and then eventually it's going to evolve into some sort of community, you should actively market on Facebook. I mean, Facebook has powerful tools that Instagram does not have, but it just because I mean, I think that Instagram is just really easy to use, and then pictures, and all of that. But then I'm not saying that you should, you would the same energy, the same drive that you're going to put into both of them. But I'm saying that you're not going to ignore Facebook. And I'll tell you, excuse me. So Facebook, you find elderly, you find the elderly people on Facebook. You find people that are you find all sorts of people on Facebook and all of that. And then for me, I'm thinking, who are my customers right now? Who are my customers? People that are probably have children abroad, that are just they're just, or they have family, they have their families abroad. They don't want to eat out all the time. They actually love to cook, but it's just the stress of the whole cooking that I mean that really that going to market and all that gets them. You can find people like that on so you can also find them on Instagram, but it's easier to find them on Facebook than to find them on Instagram. Over time, you can put people into groups, and I remember sometime I think last year or 2 years ago, my star was I mean, so it was in this WhatsApp group, right? And the WhatsApp group, they evolved from Facebook. I think she made best on Facebook. So or maybe somebody that she used to know a long time ago, and they just said, do what I do, and all of that. And then got the I think they put her in the on the Facebook group before they now moved into WhatsApp. But then what were they doing? They were sharing cow. So you said that today is cow sharing day, and everybody you send your money, and then they'll deliver the cow to you, and they actually work because I think the person just buys the whole entire cow and they share it depending on who is interested, and then they have watched the whole thing. And more than anything, that I mean, I would love that kind of experience because I don't want to wash meat. it is just, I'm not because of anything, it is what it is. I like to cook, but I don't want to go through that. So I mean, they will just, and they bring it, even bring the cow to our office and all that. She just dumps it in the fridge and then bring it home. That works. So you're able to I mean, put people into groups, into communities and all that. And then of course WhatsApp. So but then you meet these people on social media Facebook. You don't meet people randomly on WhatsApp, but then you meet people on social media platforms, and then you follow up with platforms like WhatsApp. You because you're so that you're then you now do that personalized marketing with things that it might not. Of course, it's not really personalized and all that, but then the experience that the clients get, it feels personalized, right? So but then you can't randomly meet people on WhatsApp. I mean, they must have gotten your number from somewhere. But then you can meet people on Facebook, you can connect with people on Facebook, and then Facebook just even suggests to you groups that are similar to whatever it is that you do, and then you can build up on that, build communities, and then move them to WhatsApp, or you can even still leave them on Facebook or not, and then you engage with them on Instagram. So do you understand what I mean? So you meet you. So you're in their faces, then you say, oh, when you put something up, you tag me on all of that. Because of course they're probably on Instagram as well. Tag me. So you are using Instagram to just document your processes so that people trust you. You're connecting with people on Facebook, and then you're doing the mobile marketing on WhatsApp. I don't know if it makes sense to you. So let's run back to where we started from. So again, you define your target audience. You already defined that. See, I'm for the lower class, I'm from the middle class, and for the upper class, whoever. But then, so it means that your products have to appeal to these categories of people. I mean, so it's not because it's for everybody. You're not going to. So from time to time, so you expect, and I get what the person is trying to say that is this business really for everybody? So it also means that because it's for everybody, you're not going to package your products the same way. I don't know if you get what I mean. So it means that you have to intentionally design products for the lower class. You have to design products for the middle class, and you have to design products for the upper class, so that when the somebody from that class, from that upper class, comes across with your product or your platform and all of that, they are not pissed off to that. Oh, these people, that's why they will collect your money, that they won't deliver, or they deliver crap to you and all of that. So you want to find the balance between all of this, knowing that, see, I service all these categories and across board, right? But I don't want to. So you want to appeal, you want to subtly communicate and all of that. You don't want to piss somebody, and you don't want to just. I mean, you don't want to lose a potential client because you just decided to say that, okay, if this product looks too expensive, then these people are not going to buy it too. So it means that you have to find balance between this you have to find balance across. So I mean, so off the top of my head right now, I'm thinking, what is a realistic example? Realistic example is, say that so let's assume that you're doing product shoot, right? I know that I worked in Ikoyi for a while, and then we have this. My boss then used to go to this more like very, I think, food villages or something, where you just get very random, like things that you see that you wonder. Also, we have this thing in Nigeria. Like, what is this even used for? And you get there, you meet a lot of people, right? You're wondering, okay, this is like a rich village for a village for rich foods. Like, these foods are rich, and that's how, I don't know how else to say it, right? But then you have products like that. And because I even have recently, somebody said that to buy something. My sister was recently went to surgery and all of that. They said one of the nurses said to her that, buy this, buy that. I was like, what is this? And does not even sound familiar. And so the nurse had to bring a sample of the more like a fruit or something, or herb, but it didn't look familiar. So she's like, I'll get it for you. And I'm saying that. So she gave us this. I'm wondering, where can I buy this thing from? But if you say to me that, you know what, I can get this for you, I can get this for you, and I'll just give it to you every month. That's going to be your headache now. You look for it. So you want to get fruits like that you know that. So I mean, what are the regular fruits, pineapple, orange, but it's not common. We know that these guys eat it, and maybe like kiwi or strawberry or something. And then you package it, and then somebody else sees their own level of stuff. But so you find that balance and all of that, and then so you are positioning yourself as, I am for everybody, and I appeal to everybody. Please hold on. I need a charger for the iPhone. the iPhone. So that I need, so I appeal to everybody. So you have, so now we have communicated, we have established the fact that you're going to, the platforms you're going to be active on: Instagram, Facebook, and then WhatsApp. Over time, we're going to introduce you to that so that you can have viral marketing moments and all of that, and then you can also genuinely connect to people and all of that. But then, where that's where we urgently need to okay. So we urgently need to get you to can everybody still hear me? I think I'm having internet issue right
Yes, we can
now.
hear you.
Okay, we urgently need to get you to, I mean, to start marketing on those platforms. So your content, so now this is where the work is right now. So you are saying that, so you're probably thinking, how can I communicate? What do I need to do first? So I think that my competitors are taking pictures. Their pictures on white background and all of that and all of that. So excuse the video. So yesterday, one of the we used a live. I just came up with a brand that we use as a case study. But then we're using Esther's brand today, and I also gave an example of one of the brands that we currently handle. So the brand is, they have very unique, I won't say unique problems, right? So the brand is based in the north. It's a girls' school. So number one challenge is that it's based in the north. I mean, not a challenge, but I'm just trying to highlight the pain points of the brand and letting you see how so whatever your pain, how you can just move your pain points. So whatever you think your challenges, whatever you think that is it's a problem, how you can see it differently. So number one is the school is in the north. Number two is a girls only school, and number three, the Muslim girls. If you're a Muslim girl in the school, you have to cover your hair. So you see that there's there's a problem, really, because I mean, we're just very we are very we're quick to stereotype people and just I say that, you know what, this is it. So over time, I remember speaking to the director for the first time. She said to me that, see, people just think that this school is a girls only school. I'm sorry, it's a Muslim school, and this is a problem. She was not even shy about. She said to me that this is a problem, and the reason why it's a big problem for that. So I'll give you more insight into this. So so the owner of the school. Yeah, it's a very prominent. She comes from a very prominent family in Nigeria, prominent and also controversial kind of, because they old money kind of, but they've done stuff in Nigeria, and then of course, I mean, they are very popular. So when she was 16, in fact, her father was the chairman of First Bank. So education is not the problem. They are educated. How is this? Okay, so they are okay. I have a power bank here. So they are educated and all of that. They are educated. So education is not. Please give me a minute. I check my phone. Okay, so yes, so it means that they are very educated, and so it's not that, oh, maybe they're just the northern, the typical northern story where girls don't go to school and all of that. So, but at 16, they sent her off. They married her off to some guy, and she didn't want that. So what she did was she absconded. She ran away. She ran away from home. She went abroad and started her life over again, and completely cut all forms of communication with her family. So imagine having to having that boss to be able to do that sort of thing, right? So she was like just the rebel of the family. But I didn't. So many years. I mean, she came back home many years later, and she got married to somebody else and all of that. But so this is very personal. So and they have other schools actually. She and her sisters, they have other schools in Abuja that is doing quite well. I'm sure that, and also very popular schools and all that. But she said that this particular school is, this is like my story. This is very personal to me. So the school is a leadership school. And I can't have people thinking that this is just a Muslim school, because again, one of our core values is diversity. This is very important to me. So people just thinking that because And again, we're also big into religion and all of that. So mostly if you're a Muslim girl, you have to cover your hair. If you're a Christian girl, it's fine. But then I can't just have people thinking that, you know what, my school is just a Muslim school. So it was very, very important that the narrative had to be changed, right? So I need to drink water. Excuse me. So and so again, I said that the school is in the north. The girls on the school, they cover their head. So this, you know, that I mean, this is like a potential problem. How do you start to change this narrative and all of that? And so what that means is, okay, so the client has come to tell her this is the story behind the school. This is what we're currently doing. Of course, we want more enrollment, so we want to change narrative around our school, and then we want more girls to be able to sign up and all of that. So for us, we just establish the fact that whatever it is that we do, however we communicate, we have to find the balance. We have to be intentional about communicating that this school is they are diverse, it's a leadership school. They are telling you that girls are the core of leadership of the world. Girls. Just really communicate the core of the core values of the school. Right. So, and then you also don't want to be very rigid with your communication. You don't want to be very, and also you have to also now take into cognizance some of the very important things. Again, is in the notes. So it means that I will not. So at some point, so this whole, I won't jump on any feminist trend. I don't know if you get what I mean. I won't jump on that. I will. So you have to. So now this is putting together your brand strategy, because it's a girls only school. I'm not going to jump on a woman empowerment. I don't know if you get what I mean, but then because they are big on leadership for girls and all that. But then our clients, who are our clients, our existing clients right now, they are politicians. They are people that are most of the girls, we have database. I think 60% of the girls in school, their fathers are actively in Nigerian politics. I don't think it's 60%. I think it's like 80% actually. So you're not going to go all, we are feminists, girls, but you're also not going to communicate the brand as school as, oh, you know what, because again, it is what it is. This is our reality as Nigerians. We are not ready to even have this conversation. I don't know if you get what I mean. So you have to always find the balance. Despite the fact that, oh, this is what you are, this is who you are. So whatever it is that we do, it means that if we're going to jump on any trend at all, we have to sit down to, to analyze that trend and all of that. This is a girls only school, it's a leadership school, but then we are not going to identify as feminism. I don't know if that makes sense. So this is where you're now thinking of your strategy. How do I communicate? So you think of that, and then we sit down from time to time in the office, talk about these things. What can we do? So clearly we know the things that we can't do. We know where we should not go at all. And then you put together a content plan and content pillars and all that. So we're going to put together OC Foods a content strategy right now. So we already established the fact that, you know what, we are going to this is OC Foods is offering convenience. She's affordable. She appeals to the different audience, the high, lower class, middle class, high class, and all of that. So from there, so what are the things that stood out for me here? It's that fact that, you know what, this is a the convenience part is that I want to take away all that stress. I just want you to, I think what stood out for me in the story is the fact that it is relatable. It is relatable. It is what it's like. This is actually relatable. It's not, I don't have to, it's not perfect. Even the average, so it's not a function of, because you've already because you can already afford this stage right now, and you are because you're already working now. Then now you want to pay people to come just deliver because you're in e-commerce generation. No, even you see, I'm sure that even our mothers didn't even like to do all that, and that's why they say, you know what, you just go and pick the beans and all that. So for me, it's fact that this is relatable. So in my strategy, I would want to relatability, affordability. I want to reflect that affordability and convenience. So again, when you're thinking content, social media strategy, and all of that, you should realize that you are going to showcase whatever it is that you have come up with in your content is going to be in a form of in a format in a form of you're going to display it one way or the other. Either you display it through pictures, you display it through videos, or whatever it is that you illustration and stuff. So now we are going to design a live um, um, content plan for 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 OC Food. So I don't know if we can unmute ourselves right now, and then I just want you to what you think of. So now the content pillars. I don't know if you really understand. Content pillars are what you actually use to create actual content from. So I'll give you an example. So usually when we think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Most times we don't you see business people on Monday, they come with their motivation. Today is Monday, be great, focus on your work, don't die, don't drink and drive, blah blah blah. And then Monday, so that's the usual thing that we do. We do Monday motivation. We do what do we do on Tuesday? We do transformation Tuesday before and after. And all that we do on Wednesday. Somebody comes and says that this is our business crush for the day. This woman she's evolving. She's great. She's this. She's that. We do women crush and all that. We do throwback on Thursday. We do other Friday. Blah 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 blah. But then we're now going to, so it's okay if you want to do that, but the danger in that is the fact that you're just going to be existing. You're not going to stand out. I don't know if you get what I mean. So you're just existing because you are existing on social media. But OC Food has not come to play. You want to make money, you want to be relevant, and then you want to so besides money, you actually you're a brand that genuinely cares. OC Food is a family oriented brand. It's family. So off the top of my head, I'm thinking your core values are family, um, um, care. I mean, that doesn't really sound right. You just have to I'm looking for a word that actually maybe compassion, whatever. But you're a family oriented brand. You're a brand that actually cares about people's. I mean, how about people's welfare. You don't want people to spend 6 hours in traffic and then come and pick beans, or to come and wash pepper, or wash or shaki. You want them to just, I mean, to just find that convenience, and then maybe for people that maybe something like what's this soup that is palm kernel based and all of that. You have already what's that soup where you have to wash all that, but you mean you just bring into them you already extracted the palm oil in it, and then you've done all of that. So it means that you're
Bangers.
actually you Vanga, thank you. You actually care about them, and then you're thinking about it. So you don't want to just exist on social media because everybody's existing, and then they're doing one day, and then also food now come on one day and say that. So let's just say that let's be a little creative and say, oh, you are looking for quotes around food. Eat what you like. Eat what is good for your body. So I saw that advice. Thank you. I'm still going to buy Gala and Coke. But then, so we're thinking now that what can we do differently? What kind of content can we put out there and all of that. So right now I'm thinking, okay, so Monday people are a little bit serious on Monday. You also want to but then I also want to put my brand in their faces. So what can we do? So at this point people should just, so you can give me, I want you to just give me, so we are ideating right now. This is us putting together ideas, and so this is the first thing that we actually do in our office. So a client comes and then we get the brief. You understand, you completely understand the brief. So again, you also now, your understanding of the brief, we also now tell we also tell the client. Do you understand? We also explain it to the client, so that so it's just to be sure that we're on the same page, right? So when we get that part right, then we come to the office, and then everybody, including if you're not even direct, if you're not a strategist, whatever, everybody's involved in that process of ideation. So now this is where we are, we should all ideate. Can we all just pitch ideas to what we can? So what kind of content should OC Foods should put out there? You can put it in the chat. You can put it in the chat box, or unmute yourselves and just let me know. So what kind of content should we, because we are going to put together, we are helping Opposite put together a content plan right now, right? So anybody, please keep the chat box open. keep it popping. What ideas do you have for OC Foods content? Somebody said food preservation tips. Yes, I'll take that. Thank you so much to Lua Bori. Content on how to deal with stress. Thank you. Food preservation tips, dealing with stress, and time management. You guys are on fire. Thank you. Time management. Thank you so much. Stress. That stress. Food. Thank you guys. Food names. For campaigns. Food recipes. So keep it coming. Food hygiene. Thank you. So keep it coming, and where I try to now break it down for you. So this is the first step. You now think of all the possibilities of content that you can put out, or not even when you think content, it can look like, oh, this is a big deal, it can seem like a big deal to you. So you want to now, let's bring it down, let's narrow it down. Like, okay, so what are of just ideas, right? So I mean, these are fantastic ideas, and right now, like I even have like my mind is blowing. Lunchbox tips for moms. Yes. So now, you know what we will now do next? All of these ideas, we'll now try to fit it into the different days, right? So when we think about Monday, we think about, oh, this is like, so for lunchbox, lunch whatever tips and all that, I want to put that into the weekend so that you can actually plan. You can plan for your lunch, you can plan for your meal, the course of for the rest of the week, right? So you can use the weekend to plan. So now I'm thinking Monday, what can we do? Monday, what can we do? So Monday, somebody said mental health, dealing with stress, right? So I want to be able to, if I'm starting with a simple quote, right? Because your business is just starting, you might not have all that just to be able to maybe should be done. I'm starting with a simple quote. I'm talking about stress, and I want to be able to align how that stress, and then you can also use other people's content, right? If you look for videos online, as long as you give them credit for it, very important. But again, the emphasis is the fact that you also evolve to the place where you actually now have your own content where people can share, and that's where you're getting to be becoming an authority where people can share. And when I say that, so I'm also trying to run through because I have another meeting by 12 and I need to finish this. So you want to, and again, so it's fact that so when somebody said dealing with stress, and then I highlighted dealing with stress, mental health issues. I personally know somebody that died. We don't know if she died from the general. I mean, we don't know if she died from just coming from her husband. But I'm not joking. I'm serious. But she will. She's a career person. She's a top executive. But then she just always says that may her soul rest in peace. But she always tells everybody that my husband likes, I have to go and cook. Like she leaves the office and she's going to the market to go and look for one particular type of pear. It didn't make any sense. You have the resources, and I tell you, and whatever anybody decides to do is fine. I'm not trying to judge or anything right now, but I know that the mental health issues are real, and I mean stress. I mean having and these issues come up from just dealing with stress and all of that. What happened was she died, and somebody went to see her. I mean, this one I don't know, but somebody said that somebody went to see her went to see the husband because they're quite close to the husband and all of that, and I mean, because the husband, when you know that this guy didn't do anything, so let's just see how he's doing. What can we do? And the guy already hired 2 full-time maids. So now what we don't know is if the guy said to her before she died that, oh, you know what, don't hire maids, or she just wanted to be a superwoman. And I mean, that's not what the superwoman really is actually. But may I still rest in peace. But I'm just saying that all of this could have been avoided. The woman died, and then the man now has 2 full-time maids in the house. And by the time they even got there, he was playing table tennis. What I'm trying to say is these things are real. So you want to, so you can actually develop a story around that. Have like, so see, there's there are a lot, like the possibilities of things that you can do with your brand is endless. Right now, I'm already thinking that you can even have a series, and at some point, you get to the point where you now have your series being you are now it's being featured on whatever, maybe DSTV or whatever it is. But then this is it. This is how it starts. Because then they ask you one day. I mean, so you now evolve into many other things. One of the things I have on this slide is the fact that you can. Is that you can is that you should have programs that are able to harness all of the conversations that are going on around your brand, and this is it. So you are helping people. You want to take off the stress of them. If they continue to stress themselves, they might die. And literally, there's no other way to say they can die. You go to the market. You go to the market. You do all of that. You pick the children from school. Spend 8 hours in traffic, and people just have the whole cardiac arrest thing. People are just dying more than anything. People have really died this year. So they are, see, so now you are touching people. You are letting people know, see, you need OC foods. You need me. Don't kill yourself. Don't go to the market and I can. What do you need to do? Just know that you are dealing with your crazy boss, or you're just dealing with your and then find systems around school, and if you have to do school runs and all of that, and then of course you and your spouse find ways around it. But you are trying to remind them that, see, I'm here for you. So Monday, you want to talk about mental health issues. So if you're just starting with a quote, like I said earlier, you're just starting with a quote. You're just trying to, you're starting with a quote but then you're using relevant quotes. Or you can take videos from YouTube. You can download videos from YouTube, and then that talks about this thing. But then maybe your caption is now, you're not connecting the dots between saying that if you do, today is Monday, probably what are you doing after work? They are reminding that person that is planning to go to Tejo Market after work that, see, don't kill yourself. That's the market. See, call it abort mission. Now, abort that mission. Call OC Food. Let her do this thing for you. But then you're not putting it in people's faces that don't go to the market. But then you're just see. So I put out a code that mental health issues are real. Don't people say that you maybe you back it up with the form of research, and it's not too long. Just something really short to say that research has proven that one of two people that blah 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 whatever it is. So you are being creative about this, or you find a video somewhere and all that. So you're just pushing your content in people's spaces, you're pushing your brand in people's spaces, but you are being subtle about it. Then your style of delivery is also very, very important. I'm not sure we'll be able to get to that state. But then how you now present is not like you are taking this and you are doing what everybody's doing, and then but your style of delivery, you go to a page that you literally feel like, say, I can sleep on this page and all of that. So people have pointed out different. So now this is the ideation stage, but so we are moving to how we can now actually execute, and I talked about the video. So now first I talked about dealing with stress. At some point, again, where I said you have programs around that, so you're constantly you have programs that are able to harness the conversations that are happening around your brand. Over time, you now OC Foods is now like you're now you're organizing events that is around mental health, because what you're doing again is helping. You're taking the stress off people. You're saying that don't kill yourself. Don't try to do everything by yourself. So now you need to educate people about the importance of taking care of of paying attention to their mental health. When people don't pay attention, what really causes them mental health issues is stress. That's the key factor, right? So you are now having you're talking about, you're bringing doctors in, you're talking about this, and see again, why is it just from I just want to package food though? But then this is what a brand is. A brand evolves. You continue to evolve and all of that. So now so Monday we said that we're talking about you're talking about mental health issues, right? On Tuesday, you're talking about, let's just say, time management. So, of course, you already said the week, a work week, right? You're already at work. Probably Monday didn't go to work because Auntie Ngozi said that when she finished her bank work, her husband was to eat a dikai call. She went to the market. She wanted to kill herself. She came back home. She started cooking the food. 2 o'clock, Auntie Ngozi just finished cooking. She puts her in the fridge. She has to take children to school. She wants to die. When she gets to work the following day, she's not productive. Her boss is on her neck. So you want to talk about time management, and then you're not telling people the things that they can cut out, or like what is not your core work. Don't meddle. Don't go there. If it's not, focus on your core work. Outsource the non-core work. You're talking about outsourcing. Then you are now bringing you're looping your OC Foods into it. I don't know if this is adding up for you guys, especially Esther, that we are using our brand as a case study here. So you're saying all of this. You're talking about, so now you're talking about how to, so time management. How do you cut down on how do you actually get more productive? It's cutting down on the work that is not your core, and going to the market is not anybody's core. some people just like it because they don't want to. But I don't know if you like it, it's okay. If you like it, not. But then other things will be for you and stuff. So and because this is a case study, this we're using OC food as an example, and then somebody said, oh, food memes, right? So it doesn't get too rigid, like so they can actually come to your because again, there's so much going on in the country, there's so much going on in the world. People want to be able to unwind, and that's why comedians they're always quick to go and all that. You want to also now find memes around food that makes people that makes people laugh, that brings that fun into your brand. And also you can also develop your own stuff. So probably you went to the market and something happened, you bought. So the behind the scenes, something very funny, you can also bring that into it. And again, I'll say here right now that everything is content. Every single thing is content. Then you should also document your moments. You're going to the market. At some point, I'm sure that you have people working for you at some point where and all that. So you can decide a day that we're documenting our processes, right? From the point where we take the client's order, or where we now put together everything that the client wants, and then we are helping, we are going to the market. Yeah, and then you put together the video, 1 minute or less video. It's so beautiful. People can actually see the market. People can actually, I don't know. A friend of mine recently, she was going to be interviewed by, she got a grant from one of them, this from one organization, right? And they want someone else to interview her after maybe like 1 year later, what have you been able to achieve? And she said to me that she's just to go to her office, and she's in the beauty space. I was like, what? You're not going to your office? So I said, you're going to that village. So I was joking. I said, yeah, like I'm not joking. Because, and the beautiful thing is, when she told the guys that I think that I want to go to the village, they were going to. So the bill is not on you. The video, you're not paying for the video. You're not paying for the video. You're not going to do all that transport. So they actually agreed that okay, this is fantastic, and they even gave her. They even went to the team, the video guys, and they also gave her security guys and police that escorts that went to that and all of that. But so if she didn't tell me that this is what they want to do, she would have just gone to the office and say, my name is Esther. I run OC Foods, and this is how I started. And then everybody does that. So what makes you different? But then and the video came out and it was so beautiful. They did all that took drone shots of the village, of the landscape of the village, and the women in action, because she's in the beauty space. So of course, that they had to. So the whole process of the shea butter from start to finish, and it was so beautiful. I'm sure that the video would. She's not put out the video yet, but something that you always look at and you just want to. It's and then you can also attract foreign attention to yourself by putting out things like that. And then again, she's also saying that what, I'm empowering women. But if she didn't go to the village, nobody's going to see that. See, she's empowering women in the village. She's empowering women in the village. You can say that in your video, but there's nothing as powerful as visualization. You can actually see it. So it was the video was so beautiful. And so from time to time, you also want to. It can be you might. But again, the way you position your brand, that's how you're also open to opportunities. That you find people like this are able to take on do things for you, and also document your processes. It might not be a big organization like as that, but then you have a friend. You can even use mobile phones and all of that. I know someone that does fantastic mobile photography and all of that. But then you don't stop telling your story, and this is how you. So it's not until you always say that story from the beginning, but then the touch points of your brand from that market, you document all that, you put it together. You might not be able to do it by yourself. You send somebody to do it for you, put together, but then you don't live out these processes and all of that. So we are still on the content plan. I said, okay, so then food memes, you know what, food recipes, your if you don't and you don't have to do all that by yourself. You can actually feature somebody on your page. You can bring somebody in. You can ask for somebody or somebody's recipe. This is so you can say, oh, I'm giving credit to this person. This food recipe today is courtesy. Credit is this person. Blah blah blah. No, so there's so much that you can do. But then, so you have also reached out somebody on Instagram and say that, oh, you are a food blogger. I run a food packaging business. I want you to just put together a unique this thing that Schweppes did. And when Schweppes released the new their new set of drinks and all of that, they just reached out to and these guys are and they named this is this person's recipe, this is this person's cocktail recipe and all of that. So you want to reach out. Then what you're doing is you are establishing relationships here. You're also, even if the person says no, but they already have some form of interaction with your brand. I don't know if you get what I mean. So you're constantly stretching. You're constantly stretching your brand. You're putting yourself out there. And so yes, so then food recipes, and then you can put food recipes maybe for Thursday or even Friday, after putting up memes on Friday and all of that. So people just have something to laugh about, and then you can put food recipes where people can also experiment with it over the weekend and all of that. So launch. So I mean, these are so right now we have already given you a content plan. OC. I don't see the reason why you should not actually start executing. I do not I do not see why you should not start executing. And this also applies because we are using our brand as a case study. I wanted it to be as realistic as possible. This applies to everybody. You think about you ideate, and then you now think about the touch points of all of these things, and then you start to actually now document the process. But then the ultimate work is actually you executing. If you have all that plan on paper and you don't execute, it doesn't really add up. So as you put together your content strategy, you have to consciously and be intentional about your processes, right? You map out the consumer's journey from the time when somebody sees somebody interacts with, or you come across or sees foods on social media. What is what's that process? You have to map it out. You have to think through it, because one very the slightest things can just really piss your customers over. And you don't. And the funny thing is that you don't have to directly interact with them. For them, they don't have to slid into your DM for them to say that, you know what, hi, maybe you said hello 1 hour later and the person is pissed. No, it's something somewhere. They look through your page, they see something, and they're just, they don't make it to your customers list because they just pissed off. Or maybe somebody so you put up a post, and then you don't probably, maybe as simple as not putting your price in your bio, or maybe you have people, you put out something, and then people now commented, oh, you know what, hi, how much is this thing, or hello, and you don't respond. That can piss somebody off. That can be um it can be a reason for somebody not to just follow you or just DM you. So you have to think through your customer process. I'd say, as you are, I don't know if you, I don't know how many of your team, I don't know how big your team is right now, but then at some point you have orders, you have, how do you, so you have to take custom orders, you have to, then do you have products, or how do you manage your products? How do you, so if you have somebody has that, the customer that's saying that, okay, I want to buy Gary, and the customer comes 5 minutes later, add salt to it, add oil to it. How do you manage customers like that? You have to map out the customer's journey. Very, very important. Because again, social media is beyond let's post it more, let's post it now. If you are there for serious business, these are the things that you have to think about. These are the things that actually make up the people that you see today that have a million followers and all that. This is, they put in actual thought into their content. Their content, they put content out right now. They post something and the post goes viral. It's not because it's just what it is. They actually put thought into it, and then they're thinking of the different possibilities of the kind of people that they can interact with and all of that. So analytics and reporting, you have to constantly check your analytics. You have to see, how am I doing? What content is, so now because you're just starting out, you're experimenting with content. Literally, you're experimenting with content. So now people will just give you different ideas right now. So you want to see which content is doing very well, what is not doing very well, what should you do differently, and then and you want to continue to track, right? And then you also optimization. That means that whatever it is that is working, you improve it. Whatever it is that is not working, you see how, do I need to completely take this out? Can I improve on it? What can I do and all of that? So that is that part that is very important. So we already talked about this, the different formats in which you put your content out and all of that. So again, user generated content is very, very important. I think that's like a very powerful form of content where you get people to also talk about your brand, and then indirectly that's like free adverts. Very, very important. So um can you do around your brand that can make people to that can make you to generate user other can generate content from your clients? What can you do? Do you need to run a campaign? What do you need to do? And like, are you going to run, how people just say, oh, the 7 days of healthy whatever, don't eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, and then can you set up things like that can so people post something and they tag you, you post it and all of that. So yes, you have to put actual thought into it, and then all of that. So yes, I'm open for try to run through this as much as I can, so that we'll talk about storytelling next, and then also more detailed into social media platforms, and then the tools, and then how you can effectively use it, all of that. So before I go back to, I think I have 10 minutes to take your question and all of that. So I think top of mind for me, you can take a screenshot of this, is that you should have programs that are able to harness all of the conversations that are going on around the brand. And if you remember when I talked about, somebody said gave us the idea of dealing with stress, I already even went as far as saying that you can actually have mental health, programs. So it means that when you have, so days like a mental, maybe today's mental health day, whatever, you can't miss days like that. It's very important for you. You can put up programs, because again, you are distressing people, you're taking the stress off people. You have to talk about, you have to make them aware, you are selling your brand, you're selling it always like you're softly selling your brand. But then people see you as a it is, so create your own media, like I said. So beyond, so right now you probably have to use maybe use download YouTube videos to be able to drive across your point, your message. But then consciously create your own media. Every moment should not everything is content. Everything literally your moment and all that. Don't let anything don't take anything for granted, and don't be too serious about it. Have fun, because more than anything, people relate more with the fun side than the very rigid side. So have fun with it. Be playful, be flexible, and all of that. Lead with technology. Don't say that, I don't know how to use it to. I don't know how to use it to. You people, so, business people. I'm also an entrepreneur. But then it's just really, you can't say this is 2020, and more than anything with the whole COVID-19 thing, you can't ignore the place of technology. You don't know it, it's fine. You can learn, and you don't have to be able to figure out everything. Over time, business is going to get so big that even the core, even you probably even have to even outsource your even the critical thinking part and all of that. So there's nothing that cannot be outsourced once you have the right team and all of that. And that's also very important. I think it's something that you should actually be very intentional about. But then what, so you ask yourself, what can I learn? What can this feels too much right now. What can I outsource? And then I can't even outsource it. You can, what can I do around this thing? So but then try to figure it out. Don't ignore it. Don't say that this is not for me and they were out. I know, TikTok was, it's still a thing right now, but I think, it's the whole real coming out on Instagram. TikTok has toned down a little, but I told everybody on my team that people should go and learn how to. I don't want to, like, because for me it's like too much for me, right? I can't actively be on TikTok because I already have my hands. But everybody should learn how to use TikTok. Don't kind of brand that we have actively have to use TikTok for their brand because I'm serious. But then, what if we did? But then we're not even going to wait for a brand that will need TikTok. Everybody learn how to use TikTok, right? So it is what it is. Don't say, oh, TikTok is for the children, it's for children, it's too, I'm too busy. But it is what it is. You can put something on TikTok right now and it goes viral. The whole world, maybe you have to share this thing. So branding is a journey, not a destination. So don't take it easy. Don't beat yourself up. Don't try to figure out everything at the time. Don't try to do everything at once. You will be fine. You'll be fine. But then the very thing, what can you do? So you constantly ask yourself that, what can I do now that is going to make a difference? What should I be doing right now? Like these are very easy. What I just shared with us right now, there are things that we can just do, very simple things and all that. What do I need? Maybe I need a logo. Some people just say it's just logo. I've heard so many terrible stories about, I don't have a logo. I wish to have a logo. I wish to have a logo. I wish to have what? Which logo? Like, just start. So people are just, just want to be all over the place, and just want to have it all figured out. So it's a journey. Brands are still evolving. Brands like Coca-Cola, they constantly still run campaigns and all of that. It's a journey. At some point, they'll tell you that, oh, they've rebranded. Oh, it's now this which brand recently rebranded, and they introduced 2 new flavors, and this person is their ambassador, BBN sister. So it's a journey. It's not a destination. You constantly evolve and all of that. So make money of the story of it. So like I said, the touch points. You're talking about mental health issues. You're putting together conferences. So they're now their authority. When people think that lifestyle, what can we do? And then it now evolves into fitness. I'm not saying that you are going to start a gym. I'm saying that we should. So whatever it is that you're collaborating, you're partnering. let's bring money to your pocket. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Let's bring money into your pocket. You should, then you are becoming you. Then a brand, some brand, maybe what brand, whatever it is that they are promoting healthy lifestyle. Maybe it's even a health brand. You are now the face of their, you are their ambassador, that kind of thing. So make money off it. Like I said, you don't hype or bluff whatever it is, but you express it creatively, and then the more creative you get, the more attractive that your brand gets to people. And then you also want to you want to be very particular about your identity, because that's how you also attract the bigger guys. Be open to learning, be consistent. And on this note, I would say thank you very much. I think that I can only take one question, and then we'll see tomorrow, and then we can now talk about this. Whatever questions that you have, we can talk about it, we can further explore it, and all of that. So thank you so much. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for hanging with me. It was really good being here.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tosin. Thank you. We truly appreciate this. Thank you so much. Okay, so quickly before she leaves, just one question. Who has a question before she takes her leave? Any question? Okay, Augustine. I'll have you unmuted and then you go ahead and ask your question. Yes, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, thank you, Ma. Thank you, Tosi. It was actually an amazing section.
You're welcome.
Okay, my name is Augustine Odiakose.
Hi, Augustine.
I'm a graphic designer and also a professional printer. Okay, so I last week I got the opportunity to speak with one of the consultants in your company, that is the organizers of this program, and I saw the need. Yeah, I do physical work, but they need to do a kind of take it online. Okay, so not to wait more time, my question is I try to, because I've actually been desiring to go into social media, because I found that most of my customers don't know them. I don't ask to say out Nigeria.
I don't know if it's just me, but I can hardly
online. Of course, I don't have anything. The packaging is good. It's okay. Somebody and
okay. Your network. Hold on. Your network is.
A whole lot of people that okay, I want social media stuff. Can you do it for me? But sometimes, can you hear me?
Hi, Augustine. You're breaking. You're breaking up.
I can hardly hear you.
Is it okay now? Can you hear me now?
It's better now.
Okay, sorry, I don't want to take your time. So I said that most of the stuffs I do, I don't do it online. I just do design, print for people. Except for those who use for social media, I do the e-flyer for them. And they've been commenting how this is good, and some people recommend me. So most of my customers, I don't know them. I just know that we communicate online, or maybe via WhatsApp. And okay, somebody referred you to me. I want to do stuff like this and all of that. But I found that there's need. Even when I spoke with one of the consultants, there was like, Austin, there's need to go online. Of course, we have the likes of Printivo, Kia Print, and all of them that you can actually, your stuff is good. You can compete with this guy. Now, I've gone to different people for social media stuff. I was like, okay, could you do this for me? And they're like, yeah. One even called me this morning. We saw you sign up somewhere. Okay, also we could do this for you. You can do Google search and your name will just pop out and all of that. But my concern is how measurable it is, because I feel that there's difference between being the realistic stuff. Because okay, somebody said, well, people are visiting and all of that. We found out that the return of investment, the ROI is low. How do you try to figure out that? Because if at the end of the day, somebody says, okay, let me get a digital marketer, and you're spending so much, I found out that it's not commensurate to the input you are getting in terms of the the value monetarily wise, it's possible it can be frustrating, because I know somebody who has done that. I know somebody who has spent so much as 600K, and he told me, Austin, I only sold one product.
Yeah, that's very possible. So, Austin, I will say to you that my one question, so if you came to meet me, I would ask you that what do you want to achieve? So again, see, digital marketing is really broad. Somebody saying that I think that you should do SEO. Really, SEO, if you're even going to pay for SEO, whatever, it's going to take like actually maybe like about 6 months before you actually start seeing that. Do you even have do you even have a website right now? So my first question to you is, what do you want to achieve? And that's very important. And that question, I'm not going to be the one to answer it for you. You'll be the one to answer yourself. And that's why it took you through the basics of social media, and then more like from the branding perspective, the fact that you need to understand your brand. You need to know where you are right now, and then what you're trying to achieve. What is next level for your brand? What is important for you right now? And when you answer these questions, I don't know if you took notes. You answer this question, what are your core values? Then you'll be able to know that, see where I am right now. See, if you ask me now, right now, I know how much I want to, like, I came into 2020 knowing how much I wanted to make. Very clear. Wasn't a function of whatever it is. I know what I should be doing right now. I know what I want to do. So it doesn't mean that am I doing it right now? Have I achieved those things? I mean, not really. Some yeah, some no. But then I'm very clear on some things. And then, so if you know what you want to achieve, that is the very starting point. You know what you want to achieve, and then you can now say, okay, now this is what you need. So I would even ask you, for meeting with these guys, what do you want to do? You just want social media presence? You want to be on social media? You want to make more sales? You want to make more sales? It means that you have to be visible. It means that which people are you trying to? See, there are graphic artists everywhere. But what's your unique selling point? What I think that so you say to yourself that, you know what I'm offering, my graphics, I have fantastic designs and all of that. What I'm offering, these are the people that I want to approach me. These are the kind of customers that I want. So you answer questions like that. It's much easier to be able to say that. And then I think that the thing that we do differently from other agents like that, I will be honest with you. Yesterday we had a meeting with one of our clients, and we said, you see, this is what is going on right now. We are struggling, and it is what it is. Is it ideal to tell your client that you're struggling? Maybe not, but it is what it is. And then we also backed up with facts and figures. For some reason, we don't know why this brand is where it is right now. We don't know why the website, blah, blah, blah. And then the client was able to also relate that. And some of the clients was also able to say that, you know what, we've also been thinking about it. We think that at this point, and then we're also going to tell you that this is what we can do differently. But are we? So it's not a function of, or maybe we're not doing our work, that's why we're struggling. But then, see, the market is what it is. People came into 2020 having all that big dreams and all that, but then 2020 happened to us all, and it is what. So sometimes you might not be able to predict, but just spending your money on digital marketing, because somebody is a digital marketing expert and they just said that, oh, they can do what it is. If you're not able to answer your why question, they will mislead you, and not because and I don't even think that's the word. You'll be misled because you don't even know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, people will just give you all sorts of crap. They'll give you all sorts of information. They'll call that plenty name for you that you don't even understand. But you know what? And they keep giving you documents to back up the point. So they'll tell you that, you know what, 100 people came to your website, it's not our fault, they didn't pick it up from there. One of the things I also say to clients back that, you know what, if I'm managing your social media, I want to know that your website is fine. I want to know that I want to know that your house is in order, in quotes, because if I'm managing your social media and then you call to action is on your bow for you to go to the website, and then the website, you get to the website, nothing's happening on the website. The clients come and say to me that we didn't make any sale. So I'm also concerned. So most of our clients now, I have direct contact with their maybe the website person. Some of the websites we handle ourselves. We have, so whatever it is, I'm constantly checking the websites, but what
Hi, Tosin. She's still with us.
Maybe her internet.
and do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm going to say right now is the fact that whoever it is that you're working with, let them be able to evaluate, and that's where measurement comes in. Let them be able to evaluate and all of that. I also, one of our clients, I mean, we ran a campaign, and at the end of it, they actually spent so much money for that campaign. But towards the end of the campaign, we didn't kind of get the desired result. We got that traction, presence, and all of that, but it didn't really convert to sales. But we knew that we had to do things differently. And then so right now, what can we do? And we asked them, you know what, can we get the existing clients, the database of your existing clients right now? Or the very tough one. At some point, we had to sign a non-disclosure agreement because the clients their current clients are premium and all of that. They are high net worth individuals, right? But then what we changed the approach and it worked. So it's also doing that this thing is not working right now. It's not do or die. It's knowing that you know when to move, know when, but then again, it's when you know what you want that you know when you're supposed to change strategy or approach. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you. It does. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Tosin. Once again, want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for choosing to do this with us. We truly appreciate your time, your effort, and the resources, the value that you have communicated to us this morning. Thank you so much. And then once again to our community, we want to say a very big thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. So we'll meet again tomorrow morning. As a matter of fact, tomorrow is going to be our last session with Tosin, and it's going to be a combined session. We'll have the talent joining as well, and then of course the SMEs would also be with us as well. So let's do well.
So thank you so much, guys. I have to run. Thank you.
Oh yes. Thank you. We understand. Okay. For your remaining questions, you can do well to have them written down somewhere. We'll have a lot of time tomorrow to attend to every question. Yes. So I guess this will be all for now. So like Tosin told us, tomorrow we'll be starting with storytelling as a content creation strategy. And then of course, we'll also be delving deeper into looking at the various social media platforms peculiar to the kind of businesses that we run as individuals. And at this point, I'd like to, crave the indulgence of everyone that we shouldn't always wait to be called upon, before we speak up in class. It's actually a conversation, and you see, we're not literally, we're not physically with each other. So when there is the opportunity to speak up, I want us to please try to say something, try to contribute, because that's your feedback mechanism to the facilitator and even towards the organizers. You're sending a message that, okay, you're actually happy and excited being on the program. So we shouldn't be begging you to say something in class. So I'm very sure that we'll do better tomorrow. Yes, I know we're going to do better. All right. So if I haven't left anything out, would like to call it a day. Thank you so much. Please enjoy the rest of your day. We'll meet tomorrow again at 10 o'clock. I'll do well to ensure that the links are disseminated on time. Thank you again. And from all of us at the Academy, want to say have a lovely day and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you and bye-bye.